चलो, क्या सेशन है आज का हमारा? वी हैव सेशन ऑन लर्न डेटा एनालिसिस यूजिंग pandas. So what exactly is pandas and why we are learning this? If you guys are preparing for profiles such as data engineers, data analyst, data scientist, all of these profiles start with a very basic thing that is called as a Python library called pandas. ये पांडाज एक ऐसी लाइब्रेरी है जो आप ये सब प्रोफाइल्स के लिए, डेटा इंजीनियर हो गया है, डेटा एनालिस्ट हो गया है, डेटा साइंटिस्ट हो गया है, हर किसी के लिए यूज की जाती है। अब इसमें फीचर्स क्या क्या होते हैं, व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स आर कवर्ड इन पांडास, व्हाट ऑल वी कैन डू, दैट इज समथिंग व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर इन टुडेज लेक्चर। What are the important topics that we are going to cover? First of all, we will check how to import your data to a Jupyter file. What exactly is Jupyter? Jupyter is nothing but a framework where you can import your data and do some data visualization or any activities, data exploration. Then we are going to look into frameworks of pandas. कि डेटा के जो फ्रेमवर्क्स है वो क्या क्या फ्रेमवर्क्स है और हमको कैसे हेल्प होती है, ये चीज हम देखने वाले हैं। उसके बाद अगर आपको डेटा में नल वैल्यूज आते हैं, मिसिंग वैल्यूज आते हैं, उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लुक विद इनटू दिस सेशन। Then descriptive statistics, we have a case study. We will be going with that case study, and in that we will having some descriptive statistics, group by functions, aggregate function. For this you need to have a basic programming knowledge. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज कैसे काम करती है. Doesn't matter if it's Python, if it's C, if it's Java or any language, but if you have a knowledge of Python then it is very nice to have. बट आपको कोई भी प्रोग्रामिंग के बारे में पता है तो आज का लेक्चर आपके लिए बिल्कुल फिजिबल है. Guys, clear till here? If you have any doubts, please do ask. If you have no doubt, please type yes chat so that we can proceed. Please type yes in chat. Great. Sudham has no doubts. Okay. So let me stop sharing my screen and now we are at Pandas library. This is a Jupyter framework where I have prepared all the resources for you guys. Let me know if this is visible to you or should I zoom in? सबके लिए फिजिबल है या और जूम इन करना है, बताओ. Yes or no type करो चैट में. If it is visible, please do type yes. If it is completely visible to you, please type yes in chat. Yes, I can see it in this. Guys, see, this session has to be a two-way communication. If it is going one-sided, I won't understand कि आपको समझ रहा है या नहीं समझ रहा है. It would be like just bombarding something on you जो बिल्कुल सर के ऊपर से जा रहा है. So please be very interactive so that we can make this a lecture more of a conversation where we are able to understand what you are getting and we are trying to provide you the exact things what you need. Great. Is this fine now? चलो ठीक है. So what exactly is Pandas? Pandas is a Python lab used for data analysis. डेटा एनालिसिस करने के लिए एक पाइथन में लाइब्रेरी बनाई गई है जिसको आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, दैट इज नोन एज पांडास. आपको डेटा को क्लीन करने के लिए, डेटा को एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए, कुछ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करने के लिए हम पांडास देखने वाले हैं. पांडास हैज मेनली टू टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा फ्रेम्स, या जो स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, और यू कैन कॉल इट एज डेटा फ्रेम्स. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा फ्रेम्स. वन इज सीरीज एंड अनदर वन इज डेटा फ्रेम. Series is nothing but a combination. Data frame is nothing but a combination of series. बहुत सारे series मिलकर एक डेटा फ्रेम बनता है। हम आने वाले अभी हमारे लेक्चर में आगे देखने वाले हैं दैट हाउ कंबाइनिंग अ सीरीज हैज फॉर्म्ड अ डेटा फ्रेम, या फिर डेटा फ्रेम का एक छोटा सा पार्ट बाहर निकालकर वो कैसे सीरीज फॉर्म होता है, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लुक। ठीक है, बिफोर प्रोसीडिंग अहेड, just one thing I would like to tell you guys. If you want all of this documentation, see, there is Pandas documentation from where we have prepared this. There is PPT. This is the code. There's the link from where you can fetch the data. I will show you that thing also. We have a case study on movie data analysis, and here's the link from where you can download. Each and everything is in detail and provided to you here. But if you really want to have all of this study material, what you need to do right now, you need to take screenshots of this seminar and share and tag us. Tag LearnTube with Code Ninja on Instagram and LinkedIn. We will have a 15-second pause where you can take screenshots of the seminar and post on social media that you guys are attending this seminar, and then we will be sharing all these details with you guys. So we will take a pause for 15 seconds. When you guys are done with sharing the screenshot on your social media, please do type done in chat. So we will have a 15-second pause right now. If you guys really want this material, then you can share you are attending this webinar. Okay guys, great. Chalo, theek hai. We will move forward then. What you can see on the screen right now is a link from where you can download this data set. So there are three data sets here. Basically, it is only one data set divided in three different CSV files. So I have provided you the location where data is stored. You can go there, you can download the data. But what after downloading the data on your local machines? What you can do? First, you have to import the data. Import the data means you need to read those files. For reading those files, what we need to do, what library we are learning right now, कौन सी library पढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग, chat में बताओ आज पाइथन की कौन सी library हम explore कर रहे हैं. Please do type in chat which library we are exploring today. Yes, Pandas is the library that we are exploring today. तो आपको सबसे पहला स्टेप क्या करना पड़ेगा? फर्स्ट स्टेप व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज you need to import pandas. We can just type import pandas, but why we are typing as pd, import pandas as pd? We are typing import pandas as pd because we are going to reuse this frame. ये जो फ्रेम है पांडास का, ये हम रीयूज करने वाले हैं. अब जब ये रीयूज करना है तो पूरा पांडास लिखने से बेटर है वी कैन गिव इट एज एलियास एज पीडी, इसीलिए हमने उसको शॉर्ट में पीडी लिखा है. देन वी विल गिव अ वेरिएबल नेम मूवीज, जहां पर हम लाइब्रेरी से एक फंक्शन यूज करने वाले. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फंक्शन वी आर यूजिंग इन दिस लाइब्रेरी? वी आर यूजिंग रीड सीएसवी फंक्शन. हमारे पास सीएसवी का डेटा है, गिवन लिंक से डाउनलोड किया है और आपने उसको एक फोल्डर में स्टोर किया है. फॉर माय लोकल मशीन आई हैव स्टोर्ड इट इन डी फोल्डर, डेटा साइन, डेटा सेट्स और ml or 25m. This is the location where I have stored my CSV file. From there you can import the CSV file. आप देख सकते हो जो हमने CSV का फाइंड किया है. You can see the movies data frame में आपने जो डेटा इंपोर्ट किया है उसका जब आप टाइप देखेंगे, you can see the answer as class pandas core frame as data frame. मतलब ये जो हमारा टाइप है ये है as data frame. हमने एक डेटा फ्रेम इंपोर्ट कर लिया है. जब आपके पास कोई भी डेटा एक डेटा फ्रेम के अंदर आ जाता है यूजिंग pandas लाइब्रेरी, it gives you the authority to analyze, it gives you the authority to, अच्छा, what CSV is when we are reading, Yeah, no, it is not necessary to give comma separated files, but yes, if you give it, it will fetch the data quite better. कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि स्पेस आ जाता है बीच में, या फिर आपकी कोई वैल्यू आ जाती है, टैब सेपरेटेड हो जाता है, तो आप उसको स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन कर रहे हो that this file what you are reading is a comma separated file that stands for CSV. That's why we have given it that it should be separated with commas. If you don't give it, no problem, it will work quite fine only. ठीक है. Then what we will do is we will print the top 10 rows. For printing the top 10 rows in pandas, what you need to do is you need to call the function dot head 10. ये क्या करेंगे, आपके जो ऊपर के 10 rows है वो print करने वाला है. So we can see the top 10 rows. In data frames in series, the count starts from zeros. ये जो जीरो टैग है, ये जीरो टैग है हमारे पांडास का डेटा फ्रेम का. दैट इज स्टार्टिंग द काउंट फ्रॉम जीरो. और उसके बाद आपको फिर डेटा दिख रहा है. डेटा के अंदर क्या क्या है? डेटा कंटेन्स मूवी आईडी, डेटा कंटेन्स द टाइटल ऑफ द मूवी, डेटा कंटेन्स द जॉनर ऑफ द मूवी. मतलब उनका कैटेगरी क्या था बेसिकली. It was a comedy movie, it was a drama movie, adventure, children, action, thriller, that kind of thing. We have data about the movies. Clear about data? Clear till here? Let me know in chat. Yes or no? किसी को कुछ डाउट होंगे, please feel free to ask. Are you guys clear? Type yes or no. Sorry. Great. Similarly, what we will do is we have, as I have already told you, we have three data sets. First data set is called as movies that we have fetched. Second data set is tags for those movies. So now we are fetching these tags for those movies. We are reading the similar way, pd.read.csv. Then you give the location. But one thing that you should notice here, while giving the location, now we have told that this is tags.csv, not movies.csv. If you are storing each and everything in the same folder, please do note this, that you give the file name properly. So you are fetching movies, here you are fetching tags, and you will print head. By default, if you don't give any number under head, it will print the top 5 rows. What is this timestamp? Timestamp, it is UCT, universal timestamp, that starts from 1st January 1970. 1970 से 1st Jan से ये टाइम स्टार्ट हुआ है फ्रॉम जीरो. उसके बाद हर सेकेंड के लिए बढ़ रहा है. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज epoch timestamp, but as of now it is of no use for us. So what we will do for now, we will drop this columns. Similarly, हम ratings भी import करेंगे. We have three kinds of data set: movies, tags and ratings. After this, what we will do, we will remove the column as timestamp. ये column जो timestamp था, इसकी हमें कुछ special जरूरत नहीं है. This is epoch timestamp. For going to delete these columns. Now we are going to come to data structures. Let me know what were two data structures that I told you are usually used in pandas. Name two data structures used in pandas. Please do type in chat. What are two data structures used in pandas? Great. Series and data frames. These are two data structures that are used in pandas. What is a series? Series is nothing but a single row from a data frame. अगर मैं बताऊं आपको यहाँ पर, suppose we consider tags, and if I select only first row, this would be a series. If only one single row is selected from a data frame, it will be known as series. That is something what we are doing here. We are extracting first row. First will stand for 0 because we start our count from 0. And how we are going to extract this? We are going to extract this with the function called iloc. ये iloc function है जहां से आप locate करने वाले हो आपको जो specific row number चाहिए. I have used 0. When you have this data, when you have the file, you can try with 1, 2, 3, whatever kind of row number you want to try, you can try this. फिर हमने टाइप प्रिंट करके चेक किया है. If what I am telling is correct, authentic or not. That is something what we can check by typing type of that variable name. वेरिएबल नेम इज रो जीरो. तो यहां से आपको पता चलेगा कि आपने जो टाइप किया है. Yes, it is similar to list slicing, Shiva. That's correct. So iLog is similar to slicing. We will do slicing also in our upcoming this code. We are going to try slicing also on this. We have checked type and we will print the row. So you can see there are column names and there are output of this data. Then if we check the index would be column names. What are the columns here? What if I type row and user ID? Name or column name can differ. It can be user ID, it can be movie ID, it can be tags, whatever. When you have this file, I like encourage you guys to explore it on your own. ऐसे नहीं है कि भाई इतना दिया है और it is a bible that you have to follow. It is something that you are exploring. So try to print iLocation fifth row, or try to print instead of user ID go for movie ID, and all of these things you can try after getting all these files. So when we ask for user ID in the zeroth row, it is going to return 3. See, this 3 value, this is something what is going to return. Then we can even check if in index we have as ratings as a column. If we check rating we have in or this columns for our series, so it will say false. We will check what is the name for the row. What is the name? Name is nothing but index what we have seen here. So for the name for the series would be 0 for sure. We can rename it if we want. Now we will come again to our data frames. This is regarding series. So are you guys clear about data structure, series, and what all things we have done here? Let me know is clear, yes or no. Okay. What about others? Shiva, Milind, Samir, clear है क्या? बताओ yes or no. Great, great. Now we will come to data frames. What all things we can do in data frames. Head is a basic function that you use whenever you fetch a data. Whenever you are going to import a data, you are going to have a look at what exactly was data, and now we have done head for tags. So what are the things that tag data frame contains? इसके पास यूजर आईडी है, मूवी आईडी है, और आपने उसको क्या टैग किया है. This is a manual tagging. What has been done that this user ID, this user have tagged this movie ID as it has a great dialogues, or this movie has a dark comedy, or it is science fiction or a classic movie. That is something that user has given this movie ID tags. If we check the column names, there's a function to check column names that is quite simple. Variable name dot columns. No, there are two different fields. See, if you talk about movies data frame, that is genre. If you talk about tags data frame, this is a tag. Genre is something that has been generated by technical or you say critics, and tags are something that has been generated by the users themselves, because we can see user ID as well as movie ID. So user number 3, suppose we consider we have user tagged as 3 4 as numbers. So user 3 has given tag to two movies, and 260 and 260. So once he told that it is a classic movie, second time for the same movie the user has told that it is a science fiction movie. That is something what user has given them tags. Clear, Mohsen? Okay. So we have seen how we can fetch one single row from a data set. What if we want to fetch multiple rows at a time using ilog function? So that is something that is also possible in this. But what you need to do, you need to keep in mind that you need to give two square brackets if you are going to fetch multiple rows. Just notice the difference here. We have two square brackets for multiple rows. When you want to fetch a single row, you have given only one square bracket. So this is something what you need to keep in mind. When you are using only one single square bracket, it will return a series one single row. When you are fetching multiple rows, it will return a data frame again. Now we will see some descriptive statistics. What stats we can collect? What stats we can collect in our data frame using Pandas library? Uh, Shiva, we will answer this question at the end of the session as it is not exactly related to what we are having conversation right now. So I will keep some time, like 5 minutes, we will keep for the end where this kind of questions will be answered. So now we have a function called describe. Describe basically क्या करता है? Describe is something you will select a data frame, a variable name जिसमें आपने डेटा इंपोर्ट किया है. हमने रेटिंग्स का डेटा इंपोर्ट किया है. It contained a column name. This is the data frame name. This is a column name. So कॉलम नेम को जब हमने डिस्क्राइब किया है, रेटिंग्स डेटा फ्रेम में से रेटिंग कॉलम को डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, तो ये आपको बताएगा कि ये डेटा फ्रेम में कितने नंबर ऑफ रोज है. ये टोटल रोज इट इज गोइंग टू शो अस. व्हाट ई प्लस स्टैंड्स फॉर? ई स्टैंड्स फॉर 10 रेस टू 7. इसका मतलब है 2.5 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 10 रेस टू 7. दिस इज समथिंग व्हाट दिस काउंट इज शोइंग अस. व्हाट इज द मीन वैल्यू इन ऑल ऑफ दिस? मतलब पूरे मूवीज में एक मीन, एक एवरेज रेटिंग कितना गया है. So average rating for all movies has gone for 3.53. What is the standard deviation? Deviation कितना हुआ है? Minimum value कितना रहा है? Maximum value कितना रहा है? Quartile ranges कैसे रहे हैं? That is something what we are seeing here. You can see mean value is 10 raised to minus 1. 5.00 10 raised to minus 1 means 0.5 is the minimum rating that a movie has got. 5 is the maximum rating that a movie has got. मतलब यहां से पांडास यूज करके आपको समझ में आएगा कि आपका डेटा कहां से कहां तक वेरी कर रहा है. Even a data engineer needs to understand what a data is before doing ETL. Even a data analyst need to do these things. Even a data scientist need to perform this kind of operations to proceed further. ये डिस्क्राइब है. यहां से आपको बेसिकली जितने चीजें चाहिए मोस्टली सब मिल जाते हैं. बट व्हाट इफ यू वांट टू लुक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल सेपरेटली? दैट इज समथिंग व्हाट pandas provides you also. Yes, describe functions will work only on numerical columns. You can't have standard deviation for a categorical not alphabet numbers or quartile range for alphabets, mean and max for alphabets. That's why describe is a function that will be working on a numerical value only. So I will give data frame name, again column name, and what is the mean. Mean rating पूरे data sets में कितना रहा है. Then we have user ID, that is also a numerical value. We have movie ID, that is also a numerical value. But this user ID and movie ID doesn't makes any sense. कोई सेंस बन रहा है क्या इसका? यू गाइस कैन आइडेंटिफाई कि यूजर आईडी का मीन निकालकर और मूवी आईडी का मीन निकालकर क्या बनेगा? इट डजंट मेक सेंस. So there are things, there are operations you can perform, but it should make sense to the business. Business के लिए sense बनना चाहिए कि हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं. Now you can check for the minimum value manually. Ratings की आपने minimum value check की है, ratings की maximum value check की है. It is same as we have seen in the describe function. 0.5 is the least rating what a movie has got. 5 is the maximum rating what a movie has got. Then we will go for mode. Mode is 4. What does mode 4 means? Mode 4 means that 4 is the most repeated value in our data. Mode, what is mode? If we see what is mode, so it is the most repeated value in your data. So 4 is the most repeated rating, is the most rating what movies has got. If you find correlations, it is going see, it is data correlation, so it will give correlation between the variables. For now, in this data set, it is irrelevant and it won't make any sense for us. One more thing we can try. We have seen that the maximum value for ratings is 5, but we want to verify it. So what we are going to do is, we are going to make a variable called filter1. We will give our data frame name, we will give our column name, and we will give value as greater than 5. Then there's a function called .any that is going to verify if the filter is true or not for any of the value in the whole data frame. कोई भी वैल्यू पूरे डेटा फ्रेम में 5 से ज्यादा है या नहीं, दैट इज समथिंग व्हाट वी हैव आस्क्ड using pandas, and the answer is false, that there is no value that is greater than 5. Similarly, we have asked if there is any value, sorry, if we have asked that there are all values that are greater than zeros. So there are two functions that we have looked at, any and all. So if we check, ask the data, if we ask using pandas that there are values, all values that are greater than 0, then we will have answer as true. Clear what kind of descriptive statistics we have got, where it is making sense, minimum value, maximum value. If you guys are clear, please do type clear in chat. If you guys want me to repeat, if you guys have any doubt, we can do so. If you guys are clear, please do type clear in chat. See, so now we will come to data cleaning. So what does this data cleaning mean? डेटा क्लीनिंग मतलब आपके पास डेटा में कुछ मिसिंग वैल्यूज आ जाएंगे, कुछ नल वैल्यूज आ जाएंगे. व्हेन वी हैव रियल टाइम डेटा, वी कैन सी दैट देयर आर मेनी मेनी मिसिंग वैल्यूज, देयर आर मेनी नल वैल्यूज. कई बार डेटा में नल वैल्यूज देखने मिलते हैं, मिसिंग वैल्यूज देखने मिलते हैं, तो उसको कैसे डील करना है, क्या करना है, दैट इज समथिंग. बट वी कैन सी इन आवर डेटा, वी हैव चेक्ड फॉर मूवीज. मूवीज में हमने फंक्शन यूज किया है पांडास का, डॉट इज नल डॉट एनी. क्या मतलब है इसका? इट मीन्स दैट मूवीज डेटा फ्रेम में कोई भी वैल्यू नल है क्या. इट इज गिविंग अस आउटपुट विथ कॉलम नेम्स. कॉलम नेम के साथ ये आउटपुट बता रहा है दैट देयर आर नो नल वैल्यूज इन मूवीज डेटा फ्रेम. Similarly, we will check this for ratings data frame, and ratings data frame also don't have any null values. We will check for tags data frame. Tags data frame, user ID don't have any null value, movie ID also don't have any null value, but tag has some null values. So what we can do in this scenario, tags में null values आ गए, तो यहां पर आपके पास एक फंक्शन होता है known as drop NA. It stands for dropping null values. When you have your null values and you are trying to analyze the data, तो आपके एनालिसिस में जो आपका आउटपुट है वो फॉल्स आउटपुट आ जाता है when you are dealing with null values. So what you need to do, you need to get rid of this null values. ये null values का आपको दूर करना होता है. इसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पर drop null values करेंगे. We can do drop NA, it will drop all the null values. There's a homework for you guys. What you can try is, you can try dot fill NA function. What this function will do, fill NA means fill करना है आपको null values को with anything you like. आप कोई भी टैग से फिल कर सकते हो. यू कैन गिव मोस्ट मूवीज टैग एज कॉमेडी, यू कैन मोस्ट गिव साइंस फिक्शन, एनीथिंग. वुड बी द मोस्ट स्पेसिफिक वे. यू कैन फिल टैग्स विथ मोड. मोड का क्या मतलब है? मतलब ऐसे मूवीज जो सबसे ज्यादा रिपीटेडली सेम टैग्स के साथ है, वैसा ही आप एक वैल्यू नल वैल्यूज में फिल करने वाले हो. दैट इज समथिंग व्हाट यू गाइस आर गोइंग टू ट्राई यूजिंग डॉट फिल NA फंक्शन. This is the end for our this thing, data cleaning and handling missing values. Are you guys clear? बताओ चैट में yes और no. इतना क्लियर है, सबको समझ आया है? ठीक है. Now what we can see a basic data visualization. डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए आपको एक नया लाइब्रेरी है जिसका आपको यहाँ पर देना पड़ेगा. इट इज मैटप्लॉटलिब. Similarly, as pandas, it is matplotlib that we are using here. And what we are trying to show you in plot is this is a histogram. हिस्टोग्राम में हम देख रहे हैं कि आपका जो कॉलम है रेटिंग्स, तो वो मूवीज के रेटिंग्स कैसे कौन से टाइप में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है. So you can see that there are least movies who have 0.5 count, sorry 0.5 as rating. There are few movies who have one rating, more or less 1.5. Most of the movies, जैसे हमने मोड पता किया था, तो what was the mode when we have found out mode. So what was the mode for movie ratings? कितना आया था mode का number, numerical value? Mode was 4. Absolutely correct. Is it justifying in this histogram? हिस्टोग्राम में आपको सबसे बड़ा वैल्यू यहां पर मोड के लिए दिख रहा है 4. दिस इज हाउ वी कैन चेक. 5 रेटिंग्स कुछ मूवीज को मिला है बट दे हैव वेरी लेस नंबर. Most of the rating what users have given is 4. Then this is slicing out. We can slice out the way we do for list slicing होती है आपकी, इंडेक्सिंग होते हैं, वैसे ही सिमिलरली आप स्लाइसिंग कर सकते हो. हमने स्टार्ट में स्लाइस किया है स्पेसिफिकली ओनली वन कॉलम फ्रॉम टैग्स डेटा फ्रेम. वी हैव स्लाइस्ड आउट ओनली वन कॉलम नेम एज टैग. उसका हमने हेड वहां पर फाइंड किया है. But what if I want to slice out multiple columns? That is also feasible. But what you need to do for multiple columns? You need to provide multiple square brackets while fetching for multiple columns. But ऐसे नहीं है, एक कॉलम था तो एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट दे दिया है, दो कॉलम्स है तो दो. If you have three, you will be increasing the count. No. For single column, give one single square bracket. If you have multiple columns, give टू स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स. टू से ज्यादा फिर अंदर कितने भी कॉलम्स आओ, 4 और 5, इट वोंट मैटर. यू जस्ट नीड टू गिव 2D. You need to make it as a 2D array. It is nothing but a data frame. What is 2D array? It is nothing but a data frame. And what is a 1D array? It is nothing but a series. We are going to slice out the way we slice in list. Python list में जैसे slicing होती है वैसे ही यहाँ पर we have given a value 1000 till 1010. Till what does it means? It means the count before this. मतलब ये 1000 से 1009 तक डेटा फेच करने वाला है. This is something what I have given count as. You guys can try with different counts. Then you can try with value counts we have in tags. टैग्स का वैल्यू काउंट कितना है? वी हैव अ फंक्शन नोन एज वैल्यू काउंट्स. व्हाट डज दिस वैल्यू काउंट फंक्शन डू? वैल्यू काउंट फंक्शन से आपको पता चलेगा जो यूजर्स ने टैग्स दिए. सपोज अ यूजर हैज गिवन कॉमेडी और फनी टैग और इट इज बेस्ड ऑन अ बुक टैग, साइंस फिक्शन टैग. तो ये टैग कितने टाइम दिया गया है, वो एक स्पेसिफिक कॉलम में एक वैल्यू है, वो वैल्यू का काउंट कितना है, दैट इज समथिंग दिस फंक्शन इज गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट. सो वी कैन सी द most tag what users have given is known as science fiction. साइंस फिक्शन को इतना काउंट यहां पर मिला है. और यहां पर हमने क्या किया है? what does this stands for? This stands for to display the last 10 rows, sorry, top 10 rows, the topmost values in descending order. That is something what this value is going to display. Similarly, we can plot this. Just give me a moment. और देखने के लिए मैं I'm making it as small. I will enlarge it, zoom it again. So this is the plot what you guys can see. ये plot हमने यहाँ पर बनाया है. Clear guys? How data analysis can be done, how data analysis is done in this pandas library. Clear till here? Any doubts? If you guys are clear, please do type in chat clear or yes. Okay. So guys, this is the end for today's session. We will have a time for Q&A now. I already have one question to be answered. I think it is from Shiva. Yes. And if you guys have questions, please do type in chat. We will try to answer it in next 5 minutes. So I will start with answering question. First, Shiva has stated that what is the difference between pandas and pickle library? I have seen some of instructors using pickle in deep learning to extract data. So pickle and pandas, what is the basic difference? Pandas is a library used for data analysis, importing data, and all of this stuff. Pickle is a library which can be used for similar this kind of things, as well as यहाँ पर data visualization के लिए हमने matplotlib import किया है. Pickle में you don't need to use specific another library. You can use data visualization also. In short terms, in short words, pickle is a combination of pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn. दैट इज समथिंग इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट वर्ड्स कि ये दो चार लाइब्रेरीज का मिलाकर एक नया लाइब्रेरी क्रिएट किया है जिससे आपको दो चार चीजें एक साथ करने के लिए फिजिबल हो जाती है. इफ यू आर यूजिंग पिकल दैट इज ऑल्सो फाइन. इफ यू आर यूजिंग पांडास दैट इज ऑल्सो फाइन. सम हैज प्रोस, सबके अपने अपने प्रोज और कॉन्स है. यू नीड टू सेलेक्ट द स्पेसिफिक यूज केस कि आपको करना क्या है. इफ यू वांट टू डू डेटा एनालिसिस देन यू शुड गो विद पाइथन. अगर आपको एक कंप्लीट हर चीज करनी है एंड यू नॉट डोंट नीड टू jargon and dump more libraries, then you can go for pickle. I hope I have answered your question. Okay, while reading CSV files, do we need to give separate equals to comma? If you give, it is quite fine. If you don't give, Mohsin, in that scenario also, code won't fail. It will run without any error. Okay, Ankit asked, instead of Python, if we continue to use Excel, Power BI, Tableau, same stuff can be done, right? What does Python provide us additionally? Okay, so Python provides you additionally some features like you can change your figure size, you can decide what kind of plot you are planning to do, and if you are using Excel, Power BI, or Tableau, you have features that are user based. It is a UI based, and here you have complete code. So code is most optimizable, customizable. आपको जैसे करना है आप उसको customize कर सकते हो. Excel, what it will have, there would be a bar, there would be a UI, you have selected features, you can use those features and you can get the output. For sure there are many features, but what this code provides you, code is something very customizable. If I say I don't want a pie chart, I want something else, I want of this size, I want this much distributions, I want all of these things, I can write it down and I can get it the way I want. Okay. How you can select which thing is suitable for what kind of data? So it is something what keeps on changing regularly. There's no one size fit for alls. If you are see, mostly what data scientists reports to are stakeholders, directors, or managers. When you are working with a manager who is more comfortable with seeing pie charts, you need to go with pie charts. One thing what we can do while working in real time, you can show a plot or a chart to your colleague and ask him, what do you look in this? Suppose I will give you an example. If we have this rating chart, so you will ask your colleague, what is the finding, what is your finding from this histogram? So if he sees that yes, 4 is the maximum rating what a movie has got, and that is something what you want to show, then you are good with this. If that is something you are not willing to show, then you need to change the plot, and you need to change it accordingly what you are willing to show to the users. That is something you can decide for which data, which plot should be suitable, and it is something that is going to come with experience. अब जैसे जैसे उसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा काम करते रहोगे, देन यू विल नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दोस थिंग्स.